day. If not, through understand and get, your day is going to get better once your perception gets better. My plan was to take some time off of social media, but I had just got this download about health. Okay, I don't know who may need to hear this, and perhaps I could change my eating even more than what it already is. So, if your day is going a certain type of way, okay, and a part of you, I'm here washing dishes, okay, so a part of you feel like you want your life to be better, do understand that you have what it takes. Do understand that it's about making a choice, it's about making a decision, not having all the answers to it is no excuse. I know sometimes, the ego may present itself and tell us, that you don't have all the answers, you don't know what's the next step and whatever it is. But the truth of the matter is, you don't need all the steps, okay? You just need to make a decision, you just need to make a choice about you wanting to change your life, okay? So as I was washing the dishes, I was listening to, first of all, I just woke up not too long ago. Like I woke up earlier, but actually I woke up, I think it was 3:49 this morning, and went back to sleep. Then I woke up again and I meditated and things of that nature. And then later on, I got my children ready, for school and stuff, and then went back to sleep. But one of the things I'm gonna say is this, okay? Sometimes we can say we don't like where we are or our environment, right? Or whatever is going on in our lives. And life is always showing us exactly what we are producing, right? And I was thinking about the time where, though, I remember I was on Instagram and it was this sister named Rashida, right? Hey Danielle, peace to you, baby, peace to you, peace to you. Um, okay, that's okay. I appreciate you for being here. It was a sister named Rashida from Instagram, and this was the time I would, go back and forth like with my eating. And nothing in this here universe is, by coincidence. Everything that you tend to come across, every video, every person that you tend to meet, every dream and everything that you tend to have, it all has meaning. Okay? It all has meaning. So I was watching this sister named Rashida, who is, I believe she's from Chicago, I want to say. And she has her, and she was on Instagram, but I haven't seen her on Instagram. And I told you guys before, I really don't be on Instagram like that. But recently I have been on Instagram because it's a guy who class I had brought, talking about consumer law. So I'm on there just for that purpose mainly. But I remember I was, going through my friends list, and I started deleting a lot of people that was on my friends list on Instagram because, distractions and everything like that. And I felt like I'm in a space now where as though I'm like, I don't want to follow this person on social media. There's nothing wrong with them per se, but I don't want to follow them. Like, am I getting something from their videos or whatever it is like that? So I went through my friend list and I deleted a whole bunch of people that was on my friends list because I wasn't really on Instagram like that anyway. So I came across her page, Rashida's, and I said, I wonder where she at because, it's been a long time that she uploaded a video, and I never forget what she said. She said, when you eat a certain way, then you walk like God. And sometimes we be making excuses, right? Like sometimes you'll make excuses. You'll say, well, no, because, that ain't true because everybody is God and all this other stuff. Or, that's my belief, okay? That you are the creator of your reality. If you think somebody else is creating, it's good luck to you, okay? then that means that you're going to have to wait for somebody else to come and save you. Okay? That means that you're not taking full accountability of your life and why you tend to do some of the things that you tend to do, because you want to blame an outside source, okay, for why you are in a predicament that you are in, for why your life is going a certain type of way. But when you take accountability and responsibility, you start understanding that you are the one that's creating this, so therefore you the one who can create something different. Okay? You are manifesting from your thoughts. You are manifesting from your perception. Okay? And when you understand that, I am the one that's creating this, I am the one that is manifesting these things, so if I truly desire something different, therefore I need to do something different. And the ancestors will guide you. You will see numbers, synchronicities. You guys know I talk about synchronicities, okay? You will see certain things that is showing you, like, for instance, when I had heard about consumer law, okay, and at first I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna, throw my hands in, with this whole thing. And I remember this one particular day, I had received a letter from Sallie Mae, now that, okay, from me going to college, the tuition, well, the loan. And I remember when I received that letter, and here I am, I'm at my laptop, and I'm like, you know what, I'm just, and something told me, like, Dina, turn the paper around, right? Because I put out before this, I said, universe, you got to send me some sign to let me know if this is what you want me to do. Let me know if this is, real. Yeah, I read this stuff, the Bill of Exchange and, stuff like that, the U.S. codes and stuff, and the Federal Reserve Bank Act. But I need to know if this is it. And I never forgot, I was on the bed, and this was probably about 2 weeks ago. I'm on the bed, and I'm scared to turn the paper over. Because I'm like, what if I turn it over and I see nothing, right? But I trust my intuition. As I turned the paper over, it said principal's balance, principal's account. And so if you guys know about Bill of Rights and the Necessity Law Act and stuff like that, and it's so funny because I just was dreaming this, as like before I woke up, I was dreaming about this. And so when the time that you was born, your parents had signed the birth certificate, okay, they didn't know, what they was doing when they was, signing the birth certificate and stuff like that. Hey, Tracy, peace here, baby, peace here, peace here. And so them signing a birth certificate and stuff like that is pretty much they gave their rights over to the state. Okay, pretty much gave you over to the state. They didn't know. Okay, because I'm quite sure their parents did the same thing. Okay, if it was birth certificates back then, but they didn't know. And so from you having so the all caps name, and I spoke about this before. The all caps name is your corporation, is the corporation, is the fictitious person, is the fake you, okay? Which is your principal's balance, right? Your principal, whenever you get a bill, is a balance. It says 150 or whatever it is in a positive state, okay? That pretty much means that the corporations are paying you, okay? And you supposed to instruct the corporations basically like, listen, on behalf, I'm the agent means lawyer, okay? Your name D, like my name D, lowercase e, lowercase na, Brian, okay, is not all caps, right? That is like two people, okay? So it's like, is me, the natural person, okay? The natural person is the agent, is the lawyer, okay? You instruct the CFO, the chief financial officer, to pretty much change the account over to the principal balance, like I here on behalf of the print. I mean, on behalf of the agent, accept titles, rights, interest on behalf of the principal balance account, principal's balance account, principal name, or whatever it is like that. So it's still somewhat to it, more to it, right? But I was there and I asked the universe. I said, "Show me a sign." And then the sign was principal balance and principal's account. So then I said, I got so excited because sometimes you may experience like a little, like it can seem like little, right? Like a little win, like you just asking for clarity. You just asking for what direction you should go into. You just asking for something, just for some guidance, right? And when you get the guidance, it feels so liberating because it's like, oh my goodness, like, I know source is hearing me. I know, the universe is conspiring, working in my favor. I know my ancestors are guiding me. I know my ancestors are with me. I know my spiritual guides are here assisting me. And it feels so amazing. Okay? It feels so amazing. I don't know if I would have been in the same exact space that I am now, and if I didn't change the way I was eating. I don't know. I really don't know. And the reason I say that is because I told you guys a few months ago, well, not even a few months, like about a month ago, right? I was listening to Billy Carson, and I'm always seeing angel numbers. I'm always seeing, 1111, 444 this morning, 333. I'm always seeing angel numbers, okay? 12, 12, 12. I'm always seeing them. And I remember my life, it just felt a certain type of way, like stagnated. And I was looking at other people's lives, okay, at their life. And I was thinking like, well, this person is doing the same exact thing. They doing the same exact job. They're a content creator. I'm a content creator. And I told you guys this before, right? Sometimes you look at other people's life and you say, well, how come they get to do X, Y, and Z? The reason somebody else is able to do X, Y, and Z, because they wasn't called to do what you was called to do. Okay? And by you looking at somebody else's life and saying, well, this person is, here or there or whatever it is, but what did the universe call you to do? What did source tell you to do when you received those downloads? What did it tell you, 1313? What did it tell you to do? Okay? Like, we have to be mindful. And I remember I came across a video with Billy Carson. I don't know if I typed it in, but I know maybe I typed it in, because he was on Infinite Waters YouTube channel, Ralph Smart. And I remember Ralph Smart asking him, like, what's your diet? Because Ralph Smart is he's vegan, and he said he's been vegan for, I think, 13 years or so. And so he asks Billy Carson, and Billy Carson is, a part of Forbidden Knowledge, okay? Like he's the, creator of Forbidden Knowledge. And Billy Carson was saying, he loved greens and stuff like that, but because of his blood and stuff like that, his blood type and stuff like that, he can't eat like a lot of greens because it shows up and stuff. So I was, circling back to that video, because I was like, well, Billy Carson, let me look up a video about Billy Carson, talking about food and stuff, because I heard him say that. But then I came across the video of him saying, in order for you to manifest, you're going to have to give up meat. So I said, what the hell? I just heard. So then I wanted to see how long ago the video was, he did the video. And I don't remember how long ago he did the video, but I guarantee, like, whenever you have questions, oh my goodness, the universe, it's not a such thing as you not being able to get the information that you seeking. I mean, I'm here to tell you, it's going to be times where as though you're going to be able to get the information. The information is just going to be right in your face, okay? And you're going to have to change your case, okay? So I remember I was, watching him and stuff, and I said, all right, but he said that, like he had to change his diet and stuff like that. He still said he eat fruits and stuff and veggies. But then I was like, I need to see something of him, getting back, because he was saying like the steps of manifesting. He was like, you just gonna have to give up meat. He said if you do it, you could do it until you manifest your desire, but you're gonna have to give up meat. He also said you are going to have to put love out. Okay, like if you come across somebody, they cut you off or whatever it is like that, like you're going to have to give love out. Pretty much like, oh well, maybe this person was rushing because they have an emergency, like just excusing certain things, right? Because it happened. There's nothing you can do about it. Okay, and getting yourself frustrated and things of that nature, and angry and stuff like that is going to block your manifestation. Because what tends to happen, the body tends to tighten up, okay? And that chemical that we once was receiving, a dopamine, okay, that feel good, chemical that's naturally produced in our body, okay, we won't feel it if we are full of rage or full of grief, full of resentment, full of hatred, and all those different things, okay? And that's why your mood, okay, your tool is going to change your goddamn mood. All right. And so I remember I was watching Billy Carson's video, and he was talking about that. And then I remember I was like, I need to see another video. Like universe, like show me something. And I came across another video of Billy Carson. He was giving a presentation, look like, and he was talking about diet. And he was saying some people are able to manifest even if they eat meat. And he said he don't know why, like, and then some others are not able to manifest when they do eat, because we have to understand that everything is energy. We tend to look at meats and stuff like that, like, oh well, they killed their animal, and I often had said, whatever that animal was going through or facing at that time, and you putting that in your body, it's going to change your DNA. It's going to change your DNA. It's going to make you feel a certain type of way. You may experience anger. You may experience depression. You may experience all these different things and don't even know why you feel this way. It's because perhaps your DNA was altered. Because energy don't die, it just transforms. Okay? So I remember, it's like the universe is always talking to me. And I remember once upon a time, and you know what? One of the things that you have to understand is that source is bigger than your family. Source is bigger than anybody outside your existence. Okay? So if your family is saying, oh, you getting so small, but you had received the download to do the thing that you are doing, right? Maybe you need to do some more research or something, or whatever. But do not stop doing what you was called to do because somebody else don't see the picture, or somebody else wasn't given the instructions to do what you was instructed to do. Okay? And so, at first I was going to do this live. And it's so funny now because before in the past, I would be like, I gotta, let me make content. Let me make content. I always enjoy making the content, but nowadays it's just like, it's times where as though I'm like, oh, I don't. And then Source is like, all right, do that live. Do the live one here. Okay. And the live is about health. Okay? About health. How could you, and this was another thing, okay? Because I used to argue, going back and forth, like when I watched somebody's video, because I was too afraid to change the way I was eating, because it was comfort in the stuff that I was eating, okay? I remember I would hear so many people say self-love, right? And if you don't love yourself, then you will not put certain foods in your body. Like you will tend to eat a certain type of way because you're looking for whatever it is. Like I remember I was listening to Dr. Lily Africa, okay? And one of the things Dr. Lily Africa, he said, like, is pretty much we associate food with how we feel. And I never forget how he said, sweets, okay? Like sweets have a correlation to love. And he said, like, you remember when you was, a kid, okay, how your grandmother or your mother would say, hey, sweetie, or hey, sugar, or whatever it is like that. And Valentine's Day, right? The time where as though is supposed to be love, right? Which love should be, every day. But Valentine's Day, and how, people go out and buy chocolates. Okay, so all those things subconsciously are, pertaining to love. Okay. And I remember hearing people say, talk about self-love. And I would say, well, no, that don't mean I don't love myself, right? That don't mean, if I eat a certain type of way, that don't mean I don't love myself, right? And I would constantly, say that. But the thing about it is this. If you love yourself, or if you love, say for instance, I remember I had heard Prince PA, and he said, if you had a horse, and that horse, you love this horse so much, he said, would you give that horse something that is not good, in other words, for their body? Would you feed them things that is going to affect their body? And Zig Ziglar has said the same thing. And if the answer is no, okay, or if you have a vehicle and your vehicle accepts certain type of gas, okay, and if you was to put a certain type of gas into that vehicle and that it'll mess that engine up or it'll mess that vehicle up, would you continuously do it? And if the answer is no, it's the same as that concept with food is our fuel, okay? And we supposed to use food to fuel us, not allowing food to use us. Okay, and everything is, and when I say everything is really subconsciously about how you truly feel about yourself, like when we make certain choices and decisions, it really has to do with how we truly value ourselves. And that's cells, CELLS, okay? If you don't value yourselves, then chances are you're going to, do things that is not going to help you with your evolution. and well, help you with your growth. Okay, that's going to help you with your growth. So it comes a point in time where as though we stop blaming things outside our existence and start looking at why we tend to do things, right? Like is a sister, what's her name? Uh, that I came across on Instagram, too, and she would talk about chips, right? And how chips, the crunchiness, is a correlation to depression. Okay, now I'm no doctor. Okay, and this is entertainment purposes only. But she talked about that, and is crazy. And then there was another sister today who was, pretty much talking about how she became vegan and how she would, eat the chips and make excuses like, oh, well, I'm vegan and, all this other stuff. They vegan chips and stuff like that. The bottom line is, for us to really start looking at the things that we have experienced when we were children and the things that we tend to go through as an adult, and to look at the choices that we tend to make. And you guys hear me talking about accountability, right? A lot. And the reason being is because my page is not for, or this channel is not for people who feel like they don't have what it is. They don't have what it takes in order for them to change their lives. Like, I really want you guys to understand that you are more than capable of facing, of growing through anything that is put in your face. Okay? But you do have to take accountability and start getting the lessons, because that's the most important thing about school. And when I say school, I'm referring to life, because life always shows us exactly where we are, how we are playing, and how we perceive ourselves to be. And so people just show up in our space as just merely reflections of us. They just show us. The other day, it's so funny. I was on the phone with my sister, and I was, talking to her, and the topic here came up about health. And I was talking about health and stuff like that, and I said, food is a correlation to, it gives us the same exact chemical as sex, right? It gives us the same exact reaction as sex, like the dopamine, right? And my sister was like, I said, it gives us the same exact feeling, yeah, like sex. And she said, what? Like, she was like, where you get this shit from, right? And it was a study done. I don't know exactly the study, but I know it was a study done that it talked about, I think it was Bobby Price who may have talked about this. And food, it gives you the same exact pleasure as if you was having sex. Okay, now I know some people may say, damn, that's well, or hell is that to be? Because the chemical, do you remember what I said, the dopamine? Sometimes when you're trying to escape certain things, you turn to food because you want to feel better. I think for me, like when I turn to chips, it's like me able to control, and I know because I haven't done any study on this or whatever, but when I turn to chips, right, it's like me being in control of, like, me crunching, me hearing a crunch, like I know, but it does play a major part. Matter of fact, let me get this book. One second, Linda. Somebody asked me the other day, like, who is Linda? I said, that's just the name. You know, I seen the little kid on Helen, on Ellen that time, and he was saying, okay, Linda, 1 minute, Linda, one minute. And she was telling him she was gonna spank his butt. And I remember that video, and every now and then I say, okay, Linda, because I believe his mother name was Linda or something. But let me get the book, okay. Family, give me 1 minute. Let me get this book. I done pulled down 2 books. Okay. So I guess the universe is telling me to read this, okay? Because it's funny because I really went in the room to show you guys this book. Is African Holistic Health by Dr. Lily Africa. Okay. This is the book that talks about health. Um it talks about herbs. It talks about moon cycle, okay, why you tend to have like heavy bleeding, which is really hemorrhaging. It talks about a lot of things, okay. And this is the book I meant to get, okay. So, but when I was in my closet and I pulled a book out, I was pulling a book out and trust came up. This is what I mean when the universe is always sending you messages and telling you to do certain things. Perhaps it's telling me to read trust, okay? To remember, okay, that everything that is working in my life is always for the greater good. Okay, you guys may think that, you know, when I do these videos, like, oh, she just got it all. No, listen. I am having a human experience just like you. Okay. But what really keeps me grounded, what really have me remembering my power and how powerful I am is definitely meditation. I don't know how, and I said this before, how people are going through life without meditating. I mean, I just don't. Because meditation is so big in my life. Okay. And you're looking at a person that once upon a time didn't even know how to meditate. Okay. Didn't know how to meditate. Okay. And when I first started, and this is really the importance of, you don't need to have everything figured out to get started. You have to understand that everything is within you already. Now, the ego, it may try to prevent you from knowing that, right? And so that's when the synchronicities come in. When you see certain people and they reminding you, like, oh, you know, everything is within you, right? Right? Those aha moments that is letting you know, like, you got this. Okay. This book is really good. Okay, by Miss Iyanla Vanzant. Trust. It is, if you're looking for a good read, this book right here is phenomenal. It is so good. I read this book, I don't know if it's been 3 times, but it is so good. And the phenomenal thing about the books, okay, I'm getting excited. The phenomenal thing about the books when you tend to read them is not, you may skip across something, right? The first time you read it is because you wasn't there yet mentally, right? And so when you go back over a book and you're like, I don't remember seeing that in this book, right? Is because you're growing. And the stuff that you are able to point out and see now is because you have evolved, okay? And now you can see the book for, you know, what the book is, right? You can always get messages, okay? You can always, and it always shows you that you grew. The book is still the same, okay? But because you changed, it seems like the book changed. It seems like the book is even a greater book, okay? Because you changed. Okay. So it's so crazy because I wasn't even on here. I didn't even come on here for as showing you guys books, right? And that's why I say you don't need all the answers. Okay, the universe is gonna make sure it is going to guide you. Your ancestors, your spirit guide, they always going to guide you on what to do next. Okay. What is that noise? I don't know if it's them birds. Okay. Next thing's next. When I went in the closet, okay, since this book is kind of huge, okay, this one is kind of thick. So when I went in the closet, I pulled this book down. And I wasn't even paying attention to the title, Prosperity Bible. I just pulled it down and I said, oh, this must be the book. So the universe is guiding me. Read something that's in this book. Right? Read something. This is Prosperity Bible. And it's so funny because Miss Iyanla Vanzant, I'll never forget, I was watching a video of hers on Facebook. And she was talking about this book. And I said, you know what? Let me go put the book in, my Amazon cart. Okay. And I had it in the Amazon cart and I said, okay, I don't know when I'm gonna buy it, right? But I said, I know I'm gonna get this book. And then I purchased it. Okay. And so, whenever I have something that is helping me on my journey, and I know this is my journey, but whenever I could share something that changes my perception, I am so willing to let somebody else out there know that there's tools that you can use that will guide you along your journey. You have to understand and remember there's no such thing as coincidence. And shout out, let me say this because it keep coming up. So I had hit 1 million views, okay, yesterday. I was so excited, so ecstatic. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys, because I could have not done it without you, okay, with your continuous support, from watching my videos, even if it's 1 minute, 1 second, okay. I thank each and every one of you guys from the bottom of my heart. For me to be able to rock out to my passion, nowadays it's like, sometimes I find myself, because as I am growing, right, and it's like the old me, is like dying off. Okay, like the belief systems, right? And as I am, like the butterfly, okay, that metaphor, right? I don't know who book it was. Was it Sylvia Plath? I know Sylvia Plath was she was a poet, but it seems like I don't know who wrote the book, The Metaphor. Okay, maybe it was Sylvia Plath. Okay, but anywho, getting to it. So is like that book, okay, The Metaphor. And I remember I was reading it in college, okay, about the metaphor, about how you grow into something different, how you transform. I don't remember the whole story, but I know it talks about transforming, right? And so as I am growing through, okay, these different versions of myself, it's times where as though I'm like, I don't really want to do a video, right? Like, universe, and universe is like, and it's so funny because when you are operating from the download, like I always get downloads to do the content. I told you guys, I never come up short. Like, I don't know what to speak about. I don't know. Nowadays it seems like is more is more intentional, is more spiritual, is more inspirational. Like the videos, it seems like it's more so that now. Like I'm doing videos from inspiration, right? And yeah, my videos before, but now it's like, universe, like, why? Sometimes I don't want to be seen. I go through that now. The whole being seen thing. And knowing that my platforms are getting bigger, and sometimes it's like, because I'm rather pretty much all the time by myself. I told you guys, unless I'm with my children. And so now is like, and this used to come up before, like when people know your name. And I used to say this, people gonna know my name and all this other stuff, and and then now lately I'm like, oh my goodness, like how is that gonna be, right? And things of that nature. But understand that source have you. It has you. Okay, you are protected. Okay, you are being guided, and understand that you are so powerful and amazing. Okay, I don't care what comes up. I don't care what shows up. We tend to have this human experience called, going through life, traveling through life. But you have to understand that you are capable. You are capable for this life, okay? Because if you wasn't, you wouldn't be here. If you wasn't capable to face whatever it is that you probably have going on with yourself right now, if you wasn't capable, you would not be here right now. So you are capable, okay? And the proof is your manifestation of you being here. That's the proof. So do understand and get that you have everything within you. Everything within you. And even if it seems like you at a standstill right now, remember what you asked Source for. Remember how you asked Source for the wealth. Remember how you asked Source for the car. Remember how you asked Source for the house. Remember how you asked Source for the partner. And so you have to get ready, because all the things is here. Okay, you may not be able to see them with these eyes, but you should be using this eye. Okay, you should be using this eye, and this eye is Yeah, they say the third eye, but that's your first eye. Okay. That's faith, intuition, perception, reasoning, will. Okay. You should be using that eye. Imagination. It doesn't go based upon from here. It go based upon from here. And so with that being said, I love you guys. Make sure you're rocking out, believing in yourself, and I catch you guys on the next one. Peace.